A Work Development Guide. Chapter 1. The World of Work, Industry, and Economic Development. Work info websites. dol.gov/esa/whd/fmla. Most organizations with 50 or more employees provide up to 3 months of unpaid leave for personal or family illness and parental leave for the birth of a child. InsideCareerInfo.com uses data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Workteams.unt.edu, Center for the Study of Work Teams. 9to5.org, Workplace Rights. abetterworkplace.com. aclu.org, Workplace Rights. advancingwomen.com. ala-apa.org/toolkit.pdf, Advocating for Better Salaries and Pay Equity Toolkit. awd.org/work. alp.org, Alliance of Work/Life Professionals. balancetime.com, Time Management. behindthelabel.org, Sweatshops. beststart.org/practprod/new materials/how-to/work-toc, How to Build Partnerships in Workplaces. betterwork.org. betterworkplacenow.com. bls.gov, Know Your Legal Rights at Work. bluecollarandproudofit.com. bscw.fit.fraunhofer.de, Basic Support for Cooperative Work. business-ethics.com. byblue.org, Work Activism News. careerjournal.com. careerjournal.com/columnists. careerjournal.com/columnists/cubicle culture. careerjournal.com/columnists/work-family. careermag.com. call.org, Center for Advancement in Work and Living. ccsd.ca, Council of Social Development. cdc.gov/niosh/vilepurp.html, Workplace Center. cepa.org, Social Accountability. cew.wisc.edu, Center for Education and Work. cleanclothes.org, Talks About Workers' Rights Commission. communicationmeraclicitwork.com. compugraph.com/CLR, Campaign for Labor Rights. conference-dashboard.org. cord.org, Center for Occupational Research and Development. corpwatch.org, Corporate Watch. on-call.org, Employee Assistance Program. On-Call is a 24-hour telephone counseling and employee. employer-employee.com, employer-employee, helps employer/employee resolve workplace problems. coworkerhints.com, anonymously help solve coworker problems such as bad breath, body odor, or flatulence with this service's kind and tactful letters. cwu.org, Communications Workers Union. deolata.gov, Employment and Training Administration. eiro.eurofound.ie, European Industrial Relations. employeeissues.com. employees.org. workforce.com, Information on workplace law, training and development, human resources. employer-employee.com. employmentreview.com, Employment Review Magazine. enjoyingwork.com. entrepreneur.com/worklife. works.com. employees.org. familiesandwork.org. globalwomenstrike.net. globecareers.com, Articles about the working world. gositewave.com, Optimize the way you work. hardatwork.com, Organization made up of people who help each other do better in our real jobs. hc-sc.gc.ca/hppb/ahi/workplace. hrc.org/worknet. hrlawforum.com, Human Resources at Work. hrmskills.com. hrwire.com, Human Resources. humancapitalinstitute.org. igc.org/igc/labornet/index, LaborNet. ilo.org, International Labor Organization. ilo.org/wow/lang-n/index.htm, World of Work Magazine. ilr.cornell.edu, Workplace Issues. inddist.com, free articles about work. i-resign.com, non-quitting options, work leave, vacations. usa.gov/citizen/topics/education_training.html, workplace issues. iww.org, industrial workers of the world. jobsandmoms.com. thebalancecareers.com. labornet.info. laborrights.org. laborlink.org. workworld.org. meaningfulworkplace.com, healthy workplace. nationalpartnership.org/work and family. newwork.com, brave new work world. nlcnet.org, National Labor Committee. pbs.org/livelihood/working family/familytrends.html. psychologytoday.com/blog/work-matters. randstad.com/the-world-of-work. livingwagecampaign.org, the Living Wage Resource Center. rightsatwork.org. shrm.org/HR resources. simplerwork.com, changing how we work in the information age. slackermanager.com. spiritedwork.org, spirituality at work. spiritualityofwork.com. stats.bls.gov, Bureau of Labor Statistics. thefamily.org/work. thuarkfoundation.com. uaw.org/publications/jobspay. unionweb.org. usatoday.com/money/workplace. uschamber.com/cwp/default.htm, Center for Workforce Preparation. usworkforce.org. venfen.org, improve the workplace. welfaretowork.org. work.com. work911.com, workplace issues. workaholics-anonymous.org. workers.org. workersect.org. workfamily.com. workforce.com. workers.org. workersrightjournal.com. workplace-communication.com. workforce31.org. workforceonline.com, Workforce Online, tap into a wealth of HR information. workforcestrategy.org. workinamerica.org. workindex.com, directory of workplace-related websites. workingamerica.org. newwork.com. advancingwomen.com/work-life_balance. workplacemedical.com, they provide professional on-site medical services. worklife.uconn.edu. worklifebalance.ucdavis.edu. worklink.net. workplaceblues.com. workplacefairness.org. workplacespirituality.info. workrant.com, complain about your job. workrights.org. workworld.com/community. Workinfo organizations. Families and Work Institute. 267 Fifth Avenue. FL2. NYC 10016. 212-465-2044. familiesandwork.org. National Association for the Self-Employed. POB 612,067. DFW Airport. Dallas, Texas 75261-2067. 800-232-6273. NACE.org. Canadian Work Resources. ALP.org, Alliance for Work-Life Progress, ALP, strives to improve working in Canada. CanadianLabour.ca, Canadian Labour Congress. CAW.ca, Canadian Auto Workers. CCH.ca, Job Books. CCRW.org/N, Canadian Council on Rehabilitation and Work. CLBC.ca, Labour and Business Centre. CLC.ctc.ca, Canadian Labour Congress, CLC. Conflictatwork.com, Conflict Resolution, Ottawa. CUPE.ca, Canadian Union of Public Employees. HRPOW.org, Human Resource Professionals of Ontario. LabourLaw.com. labor-travail.hrdc.gc.ca/work-life, work-life balance. StopWorkplaceViolence.ca. WorkinFonet.ca. WorkingForYou.ca. WorkingTV.com, Labour Activists, Canada. WorkLifeCanada.ca. Workplace.ca. WorkSafeBC.com, Workers' Compensation Board, BC. WorkSafeForLife.ca. WSIAT.on.ca, Workplace Safety and Insurance. WSIB.on.ca, Workplace Safety and Insurance. Conference Board of Canada. Conferenceboard.ca. Institute for Work and Health. IWH.on.ca. Work, Family, and Life Consulting Services. WSO.net/WFL. Workforce Preparation Website / Workforce Education Websites. aces.edu/crd/workforce/pubs.html, Workforce Development Publications / Fact Sheets. bls.gov. careerinfonet.org/acinet/crl/library.aspx, State Workforce Development Resources. dol.gov. heldrich.rutgers.edu, Heldrich Center for Workforce Development. ilo.org. iseek.org/education/work-based.html, Work-Based Learning Programs, Overview. jff.org, Work-Related Learning Guide. nationalskillscoalition.org. ncwe.org, National Council for Workforce Education. servicelocator.org/auslinks.asp, State Workforce Offices. stats.bls.gov/opub/rtaw/message.htm, Report on the American Workforce. workforcestrategy.org, Workforce Strategy Center. worklink.coe.utk.edu/home.htm, Workforce Education Special Collection. workplacebasicskills.com. workreadiness.com, National Work Readiness Credential. Workforce Investment Websites. deolata.gov/programs, Workforce Development Initiative. icw.uschamber.com/program/workforce-development, Workforce Development. Chapter 2. Workforce Knowledge. National Association of State Workforce Agencies /NASWA. The Association of State Workforce Agencies is the national organization representing all state workforce agencies, D.C., and U.S. territories. These agencies deliver training, employment services, and administer the unemployment insurance, veteran reemployment, and labor market information programs. National Association of State Workforce Agencies /NASWA. 444 North Capitol Street, NW. Number 30. Washington, D.C. 20001. NASWA@naswa.org. naswa.org. linkedin.com/company/national-association-of-state-workforce-agencies. facebook.com/naswa.org. twitter.com/naswa.org. Federal agencies dealing with labor at naswa.org/partnership/federal-agencies. APHSA.org, American Public Human Services Association. NACO.org, National Association of Counties. NABI.org, National Association of Workforce Boards. NCSL.org, National Conference of State Legislatures. NGA.org, National Governors Association. NLC.org, National League of Cities. BLS.gov, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. uschamber.com, U.S. Chamber of Commerce. ed.gov/about/offices/lists/osers/index.html, U.S. Department of Education, Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services. hhs.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. dol.gov, U.S. Department of Labor. NASWE affiliates. 180skills.com, 180 skills. Accenture.com, Accenture. ADP.com, Automatic Data Processing Incorporated. aon.com/home/index.html, Aon. Brazen.com, Brazen. Capgemini.com/us-n, Capgemini. Catchintelligence.com, Catch Intelligence. Chime.com, Chime Incorporated. Cloud.google.com, Google. CSGdelivers.com, CSG Government Solutions. Deloitte.com, Deloitte Consulting. DirectEmployers.org, Direct Employers Association. dnb.com/workforce, Dun & Bradstreet Incorporated. Equifax.com, Equifax Workforce Solutions. Fastenterprises.com, Fast Enterprises, LLC. Fiserv.com/n/whoweserve/publicsector.html, sid equals ml NASWE, Fiserv. Fullemployment.org, American Institute for Full Employment. Geozolink.com, Geographic Solutions. Guy.global, Hammerman and Gaynor LLC. idemia.com, idemia. iem.com, iem. info.pipl.com, pipl. Infosys.public-sector/us-public-offerings/unemployment-insurance-system.html, Infosys. Institutes.kpmg.us/government/campaign/state-local-government.html, KPMG LLP. Intuit.com, Intuit Incorporated. Jans.technology, Jans Ltd. Kroll.com/n-ca/services/government-solutions, Kroll Government Solutions, LLC. LinkedIn.com, LinkedIn Corporation. Marnet.com, Mar and Mar. Maximus.com, Maximus. Monster.com, Monster Government Solutions. NavaPBC.com, Nava BPC. OnPointTech.com, OnPoint Technology Incorporated. Perrin.com, Perrin. Risk.lexusnezis.com/government, LexisNexis. RobertHalf.com, Robert Half. Sagitech.com, Sagitech Solutions. Salesforce.com, Salesforce. Satride.com, Satride, LLC. Centure.com, Centure LLC. SolidStatiops.com, Solid State Operations Incorporated. ThomsonReuters.com/n.html, Thomson Reuters. TransUnion.com/public-sector, TransUnion. Upjohn.org, WE. Upjohn Institute for Employment Research. us.nttdata.com/n/industries/public-sector/labor-commerce-workforce-development, NTT Data. VMware.com, VMware. Employer Service Organizations at archive.org, then uwcstrategy.org/employer-services/organizations. AUTAX.org, Association of Unemployment Tax Organizations, Auto. BarnettAssociates.com, Barnett Associates Incorporated. CCITPA.com, CareWorks Consultants. CCS-national.com, Corporation Counseling Service. CorporateCostControl.com, Corporate Cost Control. EmployerAdvocates.com, Employer Advocates LLC. EmployersGE.com, Employers Edge LLC. EmployersUnity.com, Employers Unity. EMPTech.com, EMPTech. Equifax.com, Equifax Workforce Solutions. fallconferenceservices.com, firstnonprofitcompanies.com, First Nonprofit Companies Incorporated, nsnes.com, NSN Employer Services Incorporated, paychecks.com, Paychecks, peoplesystems.com, peoplesystems/NEC, personnelplanners.com, Personnel Planners Incorporated, ruec.biz, Renaissance Unemployment Insurance Consultants Incorporated, sedgwick.com, Comp Management, Inc., a Sedgwick CMS company, twemployerservices.com, TNW Employer Services Incorporated, ucadvantage.net, UC Advantage Incorporated, ucconsultants.com, UC Consultants, uscorp.com, USC Corp, utmcorp.com, Unemployment Tax Management Corp. More work resource links. autax.org, Association of Unemployment Tax Organizations, Auto. uschamber.org, Chamber of Commerce of the United States. thomas.loc.gov, Legislative information on the Internet. namsap.org, National Alliance of Medicare Set-Aside Professionals. nam.org, National Association of Manufacturers. naco.org, National Association of Counties. nfib.org, National Federation of Independent Business. nga.org, National Governors Association. ncsl.org, National Conference of State Legislators. alec.org, American Legislative Exchange Council. rand.org, Rand Corporation. shrm.org, Society for Human Resource Management. heritage.org, the Heritage Foundation. loc.gov, the Library of Congress. urban.org, the Urban Institute. house.gov, the U.S. House of Representatives. senate.gov, the U.S. Senate. Chapter 3. U.S. Department of Labor Info. U.S. Department of Labor Info. The U.S. Department of Labor is there for both employers and employees to help with information and to enforce their laws. They have many booklets regarding all manner of the work scene. Some of the topics they cover are statutes and regulations of the dole, minimum wage and overtime pay, Fair Labor Standards Act, child labor, employment eligibility of alien workers, occupational safety and health, federal OSHA standards, voluntary protection programs, continuation health coverage, whistleblower protection, Veterans Reemployment Rights Act, plant closings and mass layoffs, lie detector tests, wage garnishment, industry-specific statutes, agriculture, mining safety and health, construction, transportation, employee benefit plans, PUBA, occupational safety and health, Veterans Employment and Training Service, Mine Safety and Health Administration, coal mining, metal and non-metal mining, worker compensation programs. Given the complexity of ERISA requirements, employers may seek the assistance of an attorney, CPA firm, investment or brokerage firm and other employee benefit consultants in complying with the law. Get the booklets. OSHA, Employee Workplace Rights. Small Business Handbook, Laws, Regulations, and Technical Assistance Services. Ask for specific information about anything else you're concerned with. Department of Labor websites. DOL.gov, Department of Labor, DOL. OSHA.gov, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. DOLATA.gov, Employment and Training Administration, ETA. DOL.gov/DOL/ESA, Employment Standards Administration, ESA. MSHA.gov, Mine Safety and Health Administration, MSHA. DOL.gov/DOL/PWBA, Pension and Welfare Benefits Administration, PWBA. DOL.gov/DOL/VETS, Veterans Employment and Training Service, VETS. dol.gov/dol/ILAB, Bureau of International Labor Affairs, ILAB. bls.gov, Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS. dol.gov/dol/BRB, Benefits Review Board, BRB. dol.gov/dol/ECAB, Employees Compensation Appeals Board, ECAB. dol.gov/library forms/forms agency.asp, Department of Labor Forms organized by agency. dol.gov/EBSA, Employee Benefits Security Administration. nlrb.gov, U.S. National Labor Relations Board. dol.gov/dol/topic/training, employment and training assistance. dol.gov/dol/topic/training/youth.htm, youth education and training assistance. dol.gov/dol/topic/unemployment-insurance, unemployment insurance. diolata.gov/seniors/senior citizen community service employment program. diolata.gov/layoff/workers.cfm dislocated and laid off worker assistance. dol.gov/dol/allocation/fr/29cfr/toc _part 2500-2599/part 2500-2599 Code of Federal Regulations/CFR, Pension and Welfare Benefits. dol.gov/dol/esa/public/about/org/aucp_org/aucp_org.htm, Office of Workers' Compensation Programs. dol.gov/dol/esa, Employment Standards Administration. dol.gov/dol/esa/public/about/org/ofcp_org.htm, Office of Federal Contract Compliance Program. dol.gov/dol/esa/public/about/org/whd_org/whd_org.htm, Wage and Hour Division. dol.gov/dol/wb, Women's Bureau. dol.gov/dol/ILAB, Bureau of International Labor Affairs. dol.gov/dol/ILAB/public/about/ilab/org/child.htm, Child Labor Group. dol.gov/dol/OAW, Office of the American Workplace. dol.gov/dol/OAW/public/reg/cfr/main.htm, Code of Federal Regulations/CFR. dol.gov/dol/pwba, Pension and Welfare. dol.gov/dol/vets, Veterans Employment and Training Service. dol.gov/esa/minwage/America, Minimum Wage. asacon.com/OALJ/libjtp.htm, Job Training Partnership Act Decisions. asacon.com/OALJ/libdba.htm, Wage Appeals Board and Service Contract Act Decisions. asacon.com/OALJ/libtrad.htm, Miscellaneous Traditional Law Library. asacon.com/OALJ/libwhist.htm, Whistleblower Law Library. ows.diolata.gov, Department of Labor Office of Workforce Security. doi.gov/bureau-indian-affairs.html. freeisa.com. mja.gov, Mine Safety and Health Administration. osha.gov, Occupational Safety and Health Administration. stats.bls.gov, Bureau of Labor Statistics. ttrc.diolata.gov/html/jtpame.html, Job Training. Partnership Act. U.S. Department of Labor. 200 Constitution Avenue, N.W. Washington, D.C. 20277-2975. 202-219-4667. Fax, 202-219-9266. 800-326-2577, TDD. dol.gov. dol.gov/dole/topic. dol.gov/dole/OAW, Office of the American Workplace. Small Business Handbook, Laws, Regulations, and Technical Assistance Services. Get the booklet Small Business Handbook, Laws, Regulations, and Technical Assistance Services put out by the U.S. Department of Labor at sba.gov or dol.gov. Pension and Welfare Benefits Administration. PWBA has numerous general publications designed to assist employers and employees in understanding their obligations and rights under ERISA. Pension and Welfare Benefits Administration. U.S. Department of Labor. 202-219-8776. 800-998-7542. 800-326-2577 TDD. dol.gov/dole/PWBA. Employment Standards Administration. Standards.gov. Public Information Office. Employment Standards Administration. U.S. Department of Labor. Washington, D.C. 20210. 800-959 FMLA. 800-326-2577, TDD. dol.gov/dole/ESA/FMLA. dol.gov/dole/ESA/public/reg/statutes/WHD/FMLA.htm. Deolata.gov, Employment and Training Administration. deolata.gov/program/empserve.htm, Employment Services. deolata.gov/program/adtrain.htm, Adult Training Programs. deolata.gov/program/disloc.htm, Dislocated Worker Programs. deolata.gov/program/uibani.htm, Unemployment Benefits. deolata.gov/program/uiinfo.htm, Unemployment Insurance. deolata.gov/program/youthtrn.htm, Youth Training Programs. Some other DOL offices. Offices of Federal Contract Compliance Programs. Offices of Labor Management Standards. Mine Safety and Health Administration. Coal mining. Metal and non-metal mining.